Year one in the Big 12 is a bit up and down, but the last two games against OU and OSU, we saw how competitive BYU can be in the Big 12. What can we expect to see this year, and how are you going to assert the BYU football in the Big 12?
Yeah, great question. I would be a little nervous if we were just completely overwhelmed from last year. And I know everyone looks at the record, but we had flashes of where we can compete. And we do know about this conference that it's a physical conference. And I just got done talking about our Savior and love and everything, but we do lean on the side of being physical. We like being physical. We want to be in the sport for that reason. I lean naturally that way anyway. So we want to get there. We want to do all those things. The issue for us would be, can we do it consistently? And we've been able to get there and have moments where we can compete. How can we do it consistently? That's my job as a head coach. A lot of variables go into that, and I had to decide which ones matter the most, and then how can we develop it and make it even better this next year. I can tell you the learning process from year one to year two naturally already happens. Our guys now know what to expect. Last year was a lot of uncharted territory. There's a lot of new things that we weren't sure how guys are going to respond to certain things. Being in a difficult environment, playing on the road, things like that. I can tell you through all that, the one thing we can definitely count on, our fan base is amazing. They travel well. They do a great job. They've been Power Conference since I've been a kid. So we can lean on that to be a huge benefit for us. But on the field, we need to be more consistent, and that's what we're going to try to. That's what we try to gain and make sure it happens starting week one.
You said year one was a learning process for you guys. What exactly did you learn?
Man, how much time do we have? Learned a lot, but the one thing there's just sometimes the experience itself is the key. Going from year one, I compare it to being a father for the first time. I remember when my wife was pregnant, we were trying to prepare for it. And before we had kids, we had all these opinions on how you should raise your children, things like that. Rolled your eyes when people brought their children to movie theaters, stuff like that. And then when we had our own child, it was like, man, we didn't know anything. We just had to go through that experience. And so it's hard to get everyone ready for that. You just have to go through it. And so it was a learning experience, not just for our players and our team, but also for our fans. But the one thing that stood out was our fans definitely belong. And we belong on the field too. We just need to do it more consistently. So there's a lot of different variables that I've been working on as a head coach. Probably don't have a lot of time to explain it right now in one answer, but we are on it. And if you look at the things that we've done, we're not just hoping that what we did last year was enough. We've made some moves. We've done some things differently. And I think I'm excited to see what happens when we get to the season.